let's record a voiceover on like no sleep. Let's do it.
Welcome to another day of viewing on public access television. We hope you enjoy today's programming.
So, it probably doesn't seem like it, but voiceovers stress me out quite a bit. Yeah. This has been uploaded to YouTube, I think, twice now. Privated, it hasn't been public, but, just unhappy with the voiceover. Yeah, anyway, this happens a lot. Whenever you guys see or hear like a voiceover from me, it's usually like my fourth or fifth draft. Not kidding. And by the point that I upload it, it's usually like I've run out of things to talk about, so I'm talking about just things that aggravate me, because at that point I'm just angry that I can't get a voiceover to be correct. So, hooray! Anyway, you'll see that this build is pretty much already finished. Yeah, yeah. This was supposed to be part of a Strangetown project that was inspired by the 1960s redesign, or just building of Brasilia, which was, or is, Brazil's capital. They moved the capital and they rebuilt like a whole city. It was like, the 60s were really big into urban design, and so weird stuff like that just kind of happened. They just like kind of moved the capital because they could. Because, well, why not? It's the future. We have cars and highways now. So I know there is a simmer here that uploaded a video of a brutalist apartment building. His name is Simmer Down. Really great videos on his channel. It's very like mid-century modern, postmodern builds. So I'll link his stuff down below. His stuff is amazing. And I promise you, this was not meant to go up like the same week or like the same time frame. I promise you, it wasn't. It just kind of felt. It just kind of fell like that. It's just kind of how I finished the build. And I am gonna have another brutalist building going up. It's like so I'm basing the town hall in this little city off of the Boston City Hall. So, growing up, going to Boston, there is this... I'll put a couple pictures up, but there's this very ugly brutalist building. It's just this massive concrete block, and it's very... It looks like a prison. It's kind of scary, but I've loved it forever. I think it's just so weird. It's in like the same like neighborhood as like Paul Revere's house. Like, I'm not kidding. So yeah, there's that. But I also learned about an entire district of Boston that was demolished to make way for it. So that was not a very fun bit of history, because Boston it wasn't planned. It was just a European city, basically. I mean, it wasn't master planned. Like, almost every city in the U.S., it's on like a grid system. Well, I should say almost every, because that's not true, but you get what I mean, like, the farther west you go, the later and later things were founded, so of course they had more room. Grids, it was all divided up very evenly and nicely. And Boston, basically, it's just like a free-for-all. So, but there's different like little like districts, and I believe it was the West End, I want to say, was completely like leveled, and they put in 1960s urban renewal. We love it. No, we don't. They were supposed to put in a whole bunch of like apartment buildings and parks and whatever, and then for whatever reason they just didn't end up doing that, because, well, I don't know, it's Boston, and they chose not to, I guess. I don't know. I didn't read too much into it because it just made me kind of like depressed that this beautiful part of Boston, this like historic district with like these beautiful like brick theaters and these amazing billboards from like, it was demolished in like the 50s. So I think it was like 1957 maybe, or 58. So, you know, like that was before even like my dad was born. So, you know, I'd have to ask like my grandma, but she didn't really go to Boston that much. But I don't know. It's just kind of sad. I mean, I know Boston has like the North End, which is it has like a lot of like Italian families, a lot of like Italian immigrants came here and they settled there. I think it's the South End is primarily like, I think it's Irish. So Boston is like it's an interesting city. And I know that like districts being demolished for like highways or urban renewals is not a new story. It's, if you go to any city in the U.S., there's probably like a really heartbreaking story about, you know, like this amazing downtown district that was demolished to make way for a highway. You know, like the West End in Boston was, you know, demolished so that they could put the Zakim Bridge in as well. You know, like, so it wasn't just City Hall; it was also like the Zakim Bridge and like, you know, the Boston Garden, I believe, is over there. Like TD Garden, where like the Boston Bruins and like the Celtics play. So I mean, like, I don't know, urban renewal is gonna happen. You know, it's inevitable because you can't keep shoving people into the same brick homes in the same little tiny streets. I mean, look at Paris, right? It was completely like redesigned when Haussmann, you know, redesigned Paris and all that happened. But he also demolished all of medieval Paris, so that's all, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of like an inevitable, it's an inevitable like circle of life in cities type of situation. I don't know. It's sad, but it just kind of happens. Anyway. Right, I should probably talk about the apartments, right? So, there are 4 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartments, and the bottom 2 are pretty basic. And then the next 2 are, I mean, there's like one that has like a base and one that has like an art easel. And then it has, I think one of them has like a workout equipment thingy too. And then this is the family apartment, which has, I think it's 4 bedrooms, I think 3 bathrooms, and like a little like art / like skill building room. And then the next floor is like a very like posh and kind of fancy like bachelor apartment type thing. I don't know. I used a lot of the what is it called? I didn't have the stuff pack when I was a kid, so it's not like nostalgic for me. So I don't remember it. What is it called? I don't know. The fancy pack. Oh, and by the way, it's kind of late into the video, and if you are still here, hi, hello, thank you for staying. But this build will be available for download eventually on my Patreon. I'm going to be putting out another one of those like tour videos. So, and that'll have all of the download links for the past, like, I'm going to say like 5 videos. I feel like that just kind of works better for me. So I'm not like kind of rushing around. I can do like a tour and kind of upload things like all at once instead of kind of like spamming things, you know? So, I don't know. It's probably more convenient to have the download link on the build video, but I don't know. I think a tour video and then like multiple that just works better for me. I don't know. I think it's just like a little compilation video, you know? I don't know. But I don't know. So okay, I was thinking about either. Okay, so I've been having a lot of fun building in The Sims 2, and already I'm kind of thinking of projects that I kind of want to do after I finish this this little neighborhood, if I cannot stutter for 2 minutes, Jesus. And I either want to do like a vacation world, or I was thinking I could finish and upload that world I was working on that has like the Brutalist things in it, because I built like three houses, and then I had this building. I never finished it, but I finished it now, so that's good. And then I was building kind of like a UN type looking building, like the UN building in New York City. It looks kind of similar to that, and it was like just like a big office building, or I think it was like a library and office building, but it was just like a community lot. So it's the Sims 2. There's not like specifications when it comes to community lots. So anyway, and then I was gonna have like a secret lot, or like a secret lab lot. Sorry, I didn't get much sleep last night, and this video I just gotta like re-record it, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm sorry if I'm rambling a little bit, but yeah. So I might do that, or I might do a vacation world. And I've been toying with the idea of either doing like a winter wonderland, like Christmas themed small little vacation thingy, or I really want to do like a Moroccan themed vacation world. I think that could be kind of fun, because I love the Moroccan build items in this game. When I was younger, it was the Moroccan theme, the Second Empire theme. Those were my favorite. So, like Manchester Garden stuff, favorite pack probably ever that The Sims has done, which is a very weird favorite to have, but I don't know, I'm a weird person, so there you go. But so yeah, I was thinking of doing a vacation world that's either Moroccan themed or like a winter wonderland. There's very, very different things happening. Or I can finish the Brutalist thing. I don't know. If you made it this far in the video, let me know down below what you guys would prefer, because honestly, I'm down for any of it. So, but yeah. Anyway, usually at this point in the voiceover, I would kind of just like stop talking, because, well, I'm 12 minutes in, so I've run out of things to talk about. I talked about the West End in Boston. I talked about Boston City Hall. I talked about... We can talk about Brutalist architecture. That's kind of fun, right? It's not everyone's favorite. Also, I love that I said Brutalist architecture. I have a weird stuttering thing where some vowels don't like form right in my mouth, and so like my tongue does like weird things. Don't worry about it. So Brutalist architecture. You know, a lot of people don't like it, but I think it's pretty interesting. There's something about the proportions of the buildings, and I know that they're oversized and they're concrete and they're brick and they're fairly, you know, basic, I'll say, on the outside, and there's not many details, but for the majority of the buildings, the proportions just look right. They play with shapes a lot, and so I feel like that has to be kind of like perfect if you're gonna make it just like a big concrete block. The proportions have to be right. That sounds very strange, but you kind of get what I mean, though, right? I think nowadays, like those big modern farmhouses, those big like industrial, I just don't like them. They're just they just feel very overly like oversized. In like the early 2000s, or like the late 90s, early 2000s, here in America we have houses called McMansions, which are just like, if you think of like Texas, and you think of like the suburbs in Texas, just like everything's bigger in Texas. At least that's what I think of. I mean, they're everywhere in America. They're not just in Texas, but like there's these massive houses. So I think they're very ugly. The proportions are very off. There's even like a whole Tumblr page, I believe, called McMansion Hell. It's very funny. They just roast houses all day. I want that to be my job. But I feel like these modern industrial farmhouses are just kind of the McMansions of now. A lot of people love them, you know, and like, good for you. I'm happy that you like white paint and black window trims and you know, gray floors and depressingly white interiors. Good for you. If that's what you like, I'm happy for you, because they're everywhere. So, you know, that's great. But they're not for me. They are definitely not, because I don't know. The proportions are off. They're huge. They're white. Like, the houses look like rentals. It looks like no one lives there. Like, is that just me? They just don't look right to me at all. So, I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen like a good one yet, so that could be me. But even when they like convert like a house into one of those that is that style, I'm just like, but why? Why would you do that? See, it's not one of my voiceovers if I don't complain about something. So here I am. If you've been here on my channel long enough, you know that it's either Disney or it's EA or it's something. I'm always bitching about something. So yeah. I mean, real talk. I mean, if I don't get my anger out talking about useless stuff, it'll turn to the stuff that actually matters, like politics. And oh boy, you don't want me to talk about politics, because I will either cry or just go off. So there's no in between anymore. I don't know what else to say. Oh boy, this country. Oh, this country. Anyway, I found out that YouTube is cracking down on people swearing in their videos, which that's been like a thing for a while, so I'm not that surprised. Also, this room doesn't have a closet. Really? Is that the only bedroom that doesn't have a closet? Oh, well, here I go. Yeah, I'm adding a closet there, and I'm gonna add a closet over there. Weird. Huh. Anyway, what was I just talking about? I don't know. I don't know what I was just talking about. Isn't that great? So I also added the I didn't add. I put on. All right. What? I activated the what is it? The cheat that lets you place things not on the grid. It's like, oh, the set quarter tile placement cheat. I had entered that in other builds, but I forgot you have to press Control F to like turn it on. My bad. So a lot of my builds maybe look a bit funky because like things aren't centered, or you know, but what I know it now. I know you have to like turn it on now. I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working before, so you know, but I know now, so it's fine. Going forward, my builds will have paintings that are actually centered on the walls. You know, it's great. So, great, yeah. But this is a very like no thought, head empty neighborhood. I've said it before. I'm just, you know what? The Sims 2. I'm just having a lot of fun, just kind of building. And if I spend like an hour or so on like a build, and it's not perfect, that's fine. I don't really care. It's gonna get posted anyway. Because why am I gonna dwell on it? Like, I feel like in The Sims 4, I dwell on a lot of stuff. It takes me, I don't know, twice as long, 3 times as long to build something. Even if it's just even if it's just base game, it takes me so much longer. There's not even like that many options. I don't know. So just my brain doesn't really function in The Sims 4 anymore, I guess. It takes me forever. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just like intimidated because there's so many amazing builders out there now that I'm just like, you're not going to compete with them. It's never going to be good enough. So, oh god. That was a cool painting. You know what? This apartment built, or this one, like right here, It's actually kind of cool. It's very like, I'm a bachelor and the year is 2005 and I'm on The Bachelor. When did The Bachelor start? Oh, this is the point in the voiceovers where I go on tangents about nothing. We reached it, you guys. We reached it. When did The Bachelor air? Yeah, I've never actually seen The Bachelor. I've seen, like, commercials for it, like, forever. There's, like, what, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. I think they had, like, The Golden Bachelor, and it was, like, an older guy. But, like, where's, like, The Gay Bachelor? Where's, like, The Gay Bachelorette? I mean, in the year of our Lord, 2025. You know, I would kind of expect that by now, right? Is that just me? No? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, the build's almost finished, so that's good, right? Yeah. Look at those benches outside. I think I'd do some terrain paint. Yeah, this build fits right in, I think, on my little island. So, yeah, look at that. Woo! I love these buildings. I love, like, apartments. Anyway, okay. I will see you guys in the next video, yeah? Alright. Goodbye for now.